We're Karin and Jeremy, an average couple with average jobs and limited vacation time. When we take trips, we have 1 or 2 weeks, 3 if we're lucky, and we want to see and do as much as possible when we travel. Join us as we maximize our vacation time on Mapping It.
Good morning from Andenes in the Vesteralen region. We have a very exciting day ahead of us with also a bit of driving, but first we are going to take a whale safari.
On a rib boat.
On a rib boat. It should be pretty cold. Hopefully we see some whales, but there's no guarantee. So let's go.
The bones you have here are the lower jaw of a sperm whale. That's all this part. They're usually 12 to 14 meters here, but the biggest that have been recorded were in the whaling days, and they could reach up to 20 meters. These guys, they're deep underwater animals. They can be hunting for fish and prey 100, 200 meters deep, but they can also go almost 2 kilometers deep. You know that 20, 25 meters, you cannot see anything anymore. So what they do, here in the forehead, which is a third of the body, they have an organ that makes the loudest sound on Earth, biological sound on Earth. So it's 235 decibels. A landing airplane is 170. So it's 60 decibels more. Now this sound only goes out straight in the front. All the other whales, it goes around. But then, because it's reflected on the skull, at the back of the skull, it only goes towards the front. So this sound makes it very easy for us. You see this device? We can track them down. Because we know where the sound is coming from. So we put the hydrophone in the water and then we get the heading. And with experience, we know more or less the distance between the whale and the boat. It makes it very easy for us to track them while they're underwater. Lately, they've been acting very strangely because we have no explanation for it. The fishing season for the Greenland halibut, you all know the big flat fish that's very tasty. They go after it, but where the fishing boats are, because they don't bother hunting it in the water, they go on the fishing lines and the gill nets that the fishermen lay. They don't bother getting it themselves. They just steal from the fishermen. There's this, and we think there's also a very fast prey that they're going after. Most likely squid, that's below 200, 400 meters deep. And that's why they're moving very erratically. So that changes all their behavior and makes it very difficult for us to find them easily.
Sounds like the whales are acting strange.
It could take quite a while to find one, and we may not even find one.
Andenes is supposed to be a fantastic spot for whale watching and birding. We originally chose to go on a sunset whale safari, but it was postponed due to bad weather conditions, so we rescheduled to a morning excursion. It was a lot of fun to get decked out in gear and take the rib boat out to sea, but it was also very cold and very wet.
Well, we just finished our whale watching tour. Unfortunately, we didn't see any whales. It's about what I expected. Now we got to get our suits off and then we'll figure out what we're doing next.
We just finished up our whale safari. You're in this rib boat, which is a rigid inflatable boat, and the seats are really interesting. You kind of straddle them, and then you have this handlebar in front of you, and the seat kind of bounces along with the waves, so it absorbs some of the shock. Be sure to bring gloves because you are going to be bombarded with Arctic water and
wind.
And tons of wind. Your hands are going to be freezing. I was getting hit by waves like easily once a minute. And it's just a constant big splash in the face, so be prepared to get wet.
Unfortunately, we didn't see any whales today.
Yeah, it was a bit of a bummer. They kind of warned us in advance, but the whales have been unpredictable the past week or two, and so they don't really know where the whales are going to be. It's kind of hit or miss.
Yeah.
They have this device they put in the water to try and hear the whales, and they can hear it from up to 5 nautical miles.
Yeah, something like that.
Like a very long ways away.
We checked like 3 spots and they didn't see them anywhere, so.
It was a little disappointing.
Yeah.
But overall, still a fun experience.
You really have to accept the risk that you're not going to see anything and be okay with it.
That's true.
And that's kind of hard to do sometimes based on the cost. I would do it again. But yeah, you definitely have to consider the cost versus the possibility of not actually seeing what you want to see.
So we had a very brief time in Andenes, but it's a great place to come. I would love to explore further. But let's get on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. We took a scenic drive through the Andenes region, and it was beautiful.
Now we've got a bit of a long drive to our next hotel in Senja.
A bit of driving is putting it mildly. We had about a 6-hour drive ahead of us. Luckily, it was incredibly scenic. We originally planned to get to Senja much earlier in the day and go hiking, but because we had to reschedule the whale safari for the morning, we couldn't fit it in. But now we have a reason to go back in the future. The next day was another long day of driving as we headed from Senja to Alta, but we had a lot of fun stops along the way.
What are you up to?
Nothing.
Gosh!
Got you. Snowball fight in June, what do you think?
That's pretty weird.
We are near Heia in Northern Norway. It is early June and we are around like 234-ish meters above sea level, I think. So we're in the mountainous area and this lake is beautiful and still has some ice and snow on it. So still a little cool in the air, but because the sun is just so intense right now, I feel like pretty warm actually. I don't need this. But this is a great area as a little pit stop on our road trip to Alta.
This is a spectacular view.
Look at you with your Norwegian sweater.
Well, it fits.
You mean it fits the landscape?
Fits the landscape.
Yeah, this is a fantastic view for a roadside.
Yeah.
Look at that.
In Heia, we stopped by the Sami Shop, which turned out to be a huge souvenir shop inside a traditional Sami Lavvu or tent. The Sami are indigenous people in northern Scandinavia and traditionally have a nomadic lifestyle herding reindeer. The Lavvu was filled with a huge variety of souvenirs, including knitted wear, reindeer pelts, knickknacks, and food.
Hi.
Hi, what'd you do?
Bought a lot of things from the Sami Shop in Heia in Northern Norway. This shop is really cool. It's a great pit stop. They have bathrooms, they have food, they have a warm raging fire in there. You can try reindeer if you want to. This is probably the best souvenir shop that we've seen so far in Norway. The one thing they didn't have is postcards. It's around lunchtime on our road trip in Northern Norway, and eating out can be pretty expensive. Even just stopping for a sandwich at a little cafe can run you like 20 bucks, which is expensive just for a sandwich. So in order to try and save money, we've been going to grocery stores and getting our picnic lunches there, and we've got quite a selection in front of us. We have solo, we have some tasty desserts. Not that we're gonna eat everything here because it's a lot of food. We have 2 different kinds of chips, including cheese doodles, which just sounds so fun. And we each got a burrito that we were able to heat because the grocery store has a microwave. And then there's these beautiful picnic tables and this wonderful view, and all of it came to around $20. So I'd say that's a pretty good deal. Otherwise, we would have paid the same price for just a sandwich. So I think we got a good amount. It's gonna be a good lunch. I got I think it's a pulled pork burrito. Whew. Wow, that's really good. Very fragrant. It's a bit spicy. The pork is really juicy and good. There's like a kale salad in there too.
It's like we got a real West Side Story situation going on here. These birds are not happy about this seagull encroaching on their territory. You tell them.
After our picnic lunch, we got back on the road.
Well, today has turned out to be an absolutely gorgeous day. We are currently on the road on the way to Alta, and we are driving along Lyngen Fjord. And this fjord is absolutely magical. It's got so many pull-offs and just incredible mountain views. This has been a beautiful day and a stunning drive.
Best weather day so far.
Another fun thing that we're realizing right now is that we are very far north. So far north and so close to the Finnish and Swedish borders that the signs here, like the place names, have them written in Norwegian, Swedish, and Finnish.
The trees will bloom and ice will melt. We'll always remember how it felt.
We made it to the top of a mountain
Yeah, we're at the top of Kvarnangsfjellet.
at 401 meters above sea level, and we're gonna go check out this view. Might be pretty good. I'd say this was worth the stop.
Oh yeah.
This view is absolutely incredible. If you come up on the top of a mountain, something you might notice is these like wooden fence things. They're generally used to hold the snow and prevent avalanches. Right here, they're used to protect the road and prevent snow from going on the road. Snow plows still have to come through, but it helps prevent an avalanche.
That's good.
Yeah. Still heading to Alta. It's a long drive.
Got at least an hour and a half left, I think.
Yeah, we have. It's been nice to break it up though, with a lot of stops along the way.
Yeah, some nice views.
Yes.
We're gonna get back on the road.
Yeah.
Just when it was needed. Clean in the blackest night.
We're on the hunt for some reindeer. I think you got a good chance of seeing some here.
We pulled over on the side of the road at a pull-off, and we are on an official hiking trail. Maybe it'll bring us closer to some reindeer.
What do you see?
I see reindeer. It's pretty cool. They're a little too far away to like actually get decent view of them, but we see reindeer. I don't know if you can see it over there, but there's 4 of them. They're white in that landscape there.
The trees will bloom and ice will melt. We'll always remember how it felt.
Well, we did get to see some reindeer. That was pretty cool. We took a little bit of a hike just to get a little bit closer. Not very close though. We were still pretty far away. But now we're back on the road, heading to Alta.
We finally made it to Alta. It was a fantastic road trip.
Yeah, a lot of good views.
Behind us is Alta Church, and its design was inspired by the Northern Lights. It's kind of swirly and flowy like the
Wavy.
lights. Wavy. Very cool.
And it reflects the sun really well.
It probably also reflects the Northern Lights pretty well too.
Yeah.
It is like around 11:30 right now, and as you can see, we have beautiful golden hour here,
Yeah.
and got some fun plans coming up. So stick around.
We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, the whales are being a little sus right now.
Well, we just finished our... Well, we just like...
We had a very brief time in Andenes. Well, we took a scenic trip. Excuse me.
See how hard it is?
No.
What are you up to?
We are near Heia Norge in Northern Norway. Heia Norge.
I mean, Bangkok is only 8,200 kilometers away.
You want to drive there?
Yeah. Are you buying all those things?
All the things. Well, what did we do? We're on top of a mountain.
Yeah, we're at the top of Kvænangsfjellet.
Kvænangsfjellet.
Kvænangsfjellet. Kvænangsfjellet. We're at the Kvænangsfjellet.
At
400...